Hey y'all, welcome back to Seven Heaven. I'm Caress, and you know we're on cloud 7 over here. Let's see if my little incense will light. Ooh, it's the end of the year of our Lord 2024, and I don't know why this one has trouble catching. But yeah, today we're gonna have a little chit chat. I've been picking up on some pretty insane celebrity energies. There we go. And so I wanted to talk today. I did a reading recently about her relationship, and someone had suggested that I do careers. So this video is for all y'all, but for whoever suggested it, this is for you. And of course, you know Taylor Swift, a name that comes up very, very often in the media. And I'm glad that someone recommended this because I also just felt a strong calling to get some of this stuff out. She's born December 13th, 1989, which in sidereal astrology makes her at the tail end of Scorpio, one of the last days of Scorpio there, which I think actually makes sense for her a lot. But I think there's just a major shift in energy with her, so we're gonna see what comes out of the cards. But I just wanted to kind of assert this because there's just been some interesting things to come out. Spirits, guides, angels. Okay. Spirits, guides, angels. Okay, again. I don't know why I'm called to take all of these. Yeah, this same batch of cards came out again. 10 of Swords. There's something difficult. I don't know why. I've been getting energy of her being double-crossed in some way. So, yeah, I'm not really sure why. This is the Friends Tarot, by the way, y'all. But, and I think that's Chandler. I don't know if y'all can see, it's probably bright in the ring light, but that's Chandler. I don't know if y'all watched Friends, but he had this, like, ex-girl that was no good. And so 10 of Swords isn't always this, but there's just that, like, she's being double-crossed by somebody. Reflected here in the Devil, too, like, someone's selling her out in a way, kind of selling her down the river. And, I mean, depending on what y'all think, whether you're a fan, what you've seen, I don't know, she's a big proponent of like karmic justice. So I kind of see, I don't know, I guess like a karmic balancing for her because she's been screwed over by people and she's screwed people over. So there's almost like that there's somebody that she thinks she can trust that's gonna stab her in the back because sometimes she may have been the one to do that to other people. I don't know why I get that. Also a shift in talent. For some reason I get over the next year there's going to be something very different that she's known for that's not music. Which already she's been known for a lot of relationships, but yeah, they might even peddle her into acting or another big documentary. I'm not really sure what, but someone's gonna put her up for some sort of acting role or something else. Yeah, there's gonna be a big shift there. And this card would represent her because of Scorpio. And there's just like a massive change in her energy that I don't know why I'm picking up so strongly on this, but she's going to be marketed totally different. Almost to where you could think, oh, she died and she's been replaced with someone else. And I'm not necessarily big into like the cloning thing, but I think there's just going to be such a drastic difference in her look and like what she's known for. That the Eras tour in its way was like a death because I don't know, she obviously still has a lot of loyal fans. She's not old, but for a pop star, reaching into your 30s who mostly writes about relationships, there may be a bit of thin ice there. So we're just gonna see this massive transformation. And I mean, when I think of acting, I'm not necessarily thinking, because remember Joey on the show Friends, it's not like he was the greatest actor, but it's that idea of, oh, well, we basically wrote that she's gonna play a pop star in a movie type of thing. So she's gonna see that shift into kind of playing a different part, apart from pop star. And like, yeah, will she still do appearances and do her own records? Yes, but it'll be different than other years in that we're not going to see as much music. We're going to see her try to take other avenues. She might be on Ryan Murphy's show, for example, or like a TV appearance where she basically plays herself. It's always going to be that she basically played herself, but remember, she was in Valentine's Day. So I think we see the rebrand of her as a more serious artist. I mean, we did see like her breakup with, I think, is Joe Alwyn his name? Yes, it is. I mean, I know his name, I just don't know how to pronounce it. But we saw her breakup, so I think there's that pivot into, and then we did see Travis Kelce in American Horror Story. So I think now she's gonna try to secure her TV personality, hosting, actor sort of role. And the Four of Cups, there's that disappointment. I think there's a stress because for most of us, I mean, in your mid-30s, you're very young. But for a career that starts for many people whenever they're like 16 years old, so she got famous when she was 15, there's this idea of like impatience and yeah, there's just a shift in energy. And I think because she's won so many Grammys, this is her pining for a new kind of trophy. Yeah, so it's definitely a new beginning. And it's funny because even Eight of Cups, like Phoebe, this blonde girl, she's leaving behind and she's got the guitar on her back. So I think it's just that she's leaving, she wants to leave music and pop music for something where she can be taken more seriously. So don't be surprised if you hear a very Lana Del Rey inspired album. I know she works with his same producer, Jack Antonoff, and who's also Lana Del Rey's producer, but there's this idea of like, I'm leaving something behind because I want to be taken more serious. So she's gonna, and similar to Ariana Grande, now she wants to have her acting moment. So she's gonna pivot into that. And I mean, will she be good? Will she be bad? Honestly, I'm like, let's see. I don't really know. I mean, I feel like most of the kind of actor type of moments she has on stage are very like Disney star-ish. But I mean, some Disney stars have come forward to put their whole foot into acting, so I guess we'll just have to see. But I see her craving a new trophy and wanted to be taken serious. So she almost wants to have her Cher moment where she's being considered for these bigger roles, but definitely the death of who she was. And it comes because someone's stabbing her in the back. I also just have this feeling, and this is channeled, this isn't even tarot, but I just have the feeling that the people that I don't even want to say they used her, but she's not seen as useful anymore by the same people that kind of like brought her up. So yeah, she's just not seen as useful to the same people, because like a 15-year-old pop star who came out when people were still using iPods is very different from someone in their 30s whenever now like TikTok stars are filling Madison Square Garden, you know? So I think we're gonna see that shift into seriousness, and whether or not it will be successful, I think it will be a challenge, but it's definitely a new beginning for her. It's a new beginning. And I also think with the Devil and the Four of Cups, there's like some addiction there. There's some addiction, there's some alcoholism. So I don't know that we necessarily see her sober up, but I think that we see her, I don't want to say suffer some kind of consequences for those addictions, but I think they surface themselves in a more prominent way than before. Let's see, what do we have? Pulp Tarot. Anything from Pulp? Spirits, guides, and angels. So it's great though. I could certainly see her having an actor moment. Whether or not it'll be successful, y'all will have to judge whether you're moved or not. But for some reason, Ryan Murphy's coming out strongly. Very strongly. Yeah, so there's planning. Maybe even in some kind of sci-fi movie where she doesn't even play a human, or she'll do some voice acting as well. But yeah, this came out in her other reading too, and it makes sense because she's that Scorpio energy. So we have all these cups with the Eight of Cups, the Four of Cups. But she's having to choose a new avenue now. She wants to win a new kind of trophy, and she's choosing a different path because she can see she's on thin ice there. And I know people compare her to like, well, not people, Swifties compare her to Michael Jackson or Beyonce in terms of her longevity of fan base or amount of songs or whatever. But I think that in a way that she senses that longevity isn't there, and that's why she's done, many different things, but now she's like, I want to be known for something else. So there's different things to choose here with that Scorpio energy. Feeling trapped also. Trapped with that Eight of Swords into the same old thing. And also trapped because, I don't know, whoever she initially made her deals with are now ready to, I don't want to say stab her in the back, but she's ready to be replaced, and she can feel this. So, and she's not ready. They're getting ready to replace her in the pop star machine, so she's having to choose a different avenue. And we'll see her leave that. And maybe again with the sober, Five of Cups is like doesn't enjoy the taste of wine anymore. So I think we'll see this big pivot in her life into how she approaches things and how she'll just do things very differently. But I do see her trying to act very likely a Ryan Murphy film. This again, somebody towards her can't really be trusted. Somebody quite close to her is using her. And I wouldn't doubt, okay, maybe she's done the same thing to people. I'm sure in all these circles they use each other, but there's either something with her substance use habit or somebody ratting on her, like speaking out of the NDA. I think we're going to see some things come to a head there too, to where she's just going to want to be perceived differently. Even if it's her own PR that stabs her in the back because of double crossing. Because remember, we got that here too. So someone's going to betray her. She's going to try to have her actor moment and a new beginning, but definitely a death of the old her as she kind of tries to pivot into the kind of talent that she is. Got the double twice, y'all. Let me know if y'all want me to do a part 2 on this one. I'm going to disconnect from that energy and leave it there. But I do love y'all so much. Book a personal reading. Book a personal reading below, y'all. Comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell Taylor Swift, tell anybody. I will see y'all in the next one, and I hope you have a good New Year. Bye.